In this lesson, we're going to look at the mnemonic gut pass. And the reason we look at gut pass is because it's associated with ARDS, and I'll explain why here in a second. Now, ARDS is an acute respiratory distress syndrome. What happens in ARDS is there's an increased capillary permeability in the lungs, and this causes an accumulation of fluid in the lungs, making it difficult or near impossible for a patient to breathe. This is really, really common in those critically ill patients. And the reason that we use the mnemonic gut pass is because of the first one, which is gastric aspiration. Anytime we have a patient that aspirates, it can actually cause that buildup and accumulation and trigger that response. The next one is U, which stands for uremia. The next one is trauma. Anytime a patient has trauma, this can actually cause this increased permeability in the lungs, leading to ARDS. P stands for pancreatitis or acute pancreatitis. Anytime you have that severe cascade of inflammation, that can actually cause a buildup of the fluid in the lungs, leading to ARDS. A stands for amniotic fluid embolism. Anytime we have a patient that has an amniotic fluid embolism, that can lead to an inflammatory response by the body. That can lead to ARDS happening as well. S stands for sepsis. Anytime we have systemic septic response, or oftentimes something called SIRS, which is a systemic inflammatory response syndrome, what happens is that this inflammatory response can lead to sepsis and therefore triggering that inflammatory response in the lungs, leading to that increased permeability, which also leads to that increase of fluid accumulation in the lungs. The last S stands for shock. Anytime our patient has a shock response to some sort of, whether it's hypovolemia or maybe it's cardiogenic, but anytime we have that response going on, the inflammatory system is just on fire, and that can actually trigger this cascade of ARDS in the lungs.
Subscribe and click the little bell so you can be notified when our next Nursing Mnemonics video comes out.
Click the little box below for your free cheat sheet.
And did you know we have a free Nursing Mnemonics course? Click the link in the description below and you can take that course for free. Happy nursing.